And on point is the person that probably most in the world who would be able to talk me down off some shit. I wouldn't even be hearing nothing he got to fucking
Hold
say.
on, wait a minute. Let's clear this up. I know her enough to know that if I ever experience her that angry, I just need to record to make sure that she can see what the fuck happened and or get the fuck out of there. Perfect. What's going on? It's your boy, Mr. On Point.
And I am Calamity Red.
And we are Conversation Con Artists, back for another wonderful, fantastic episode. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Mr. MISTER_on point. And at TikTok for now at Eddie Be Talking.
And I can be found on Instagram at CalamityRed84. Yeah, the TikTok thing is crazy. But we're going to get started straight into with the Reddit letters. So for anybody that, or Reddits with Red is what we're calling it. Anybody that has this your first time watching, I go through the subreddits on Reddit and pick different letters for us to read. I've not read these. I know the titles because that's what grabs my attention, but I don't read them so that you can get our first response. He don't even know nothing. So the title and everything is a shock for him. So this first one, I'm going to just pick. And then when we get to the second one, I'll give you some options.
All right.
The first one, though, is am I the asshole for not telling my roommates that I'm gay? May not be the asshole, but you might be in danger. Will Rogers. That is not.
Who the hell is Will Rogers?
They used to say it a lot on the Bugs Bunny cartoons, but I think he.
Oh, he must be from the 50s then.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
It's an old.
If Looney Tunes was saying it, they from the 50s.
Yes, it's a very old. It's an old saying. But
okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Not telling heterosexual men that you gay, depending on the kind of heterosexual men that you living with, is dangerous, possibly.
Yeah.
If they just depend. Not all of them. Some heterosexual men won't care. But you need to know which ones you living with.
In this kind of situation, when you saying, am I the asshole, it depends on what's happening to it.
Yeah. And I agreed before I actually fully heard what you said.
I ain't wrong.
You're not wrong, but you're ridiculous.
I mean, how I said it is outlandish, but it's right.
Okay. Am I the asshole for not telling my roommates that I'm gay? I, a 20-year-old male, have been rooming with two other guys, let's call them Tom and Jerry, for the past 6 months. They had been living together for a year with another roommate before I moved in, so they were pretty established in their norms.
So you hadn't read none of this?
No.
Oh.
Why you say that?
Well, it's funny that you made a Looney Tunes reference and he called these folks Tom and Jerry.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that. No, that's just, it's just
Looney
random.
Tunes is the theme of the day. Let me see if I can find some more Looney Tunes in my day.
Yeah, that's random.
This.
Yeah, I hadn't read it. When I moved in, they already really established their own pretty open environment. Like, they would never lock the doors to the bathroom, for instance, and it would be acceptable to go for a pee while the other is in the shower or brush their teeth while one of them is taking a shit. Gross, I know, but they were just like that. They also wore minimum clothing around the house. Jerry is pretty reserved. He isn't a loud character and keeps to himself. Tom, on the other hand, is quite outgoing and extroverted. At the beginning, I was uncomfortable with their level of personal boundaries, which he picked up on and used to poke fun at me. For example, he would walk up to me in his underwear while I'm watching TV or start posing as a joke, or he called me from the other room and say, "Hey, I need to show you something," and he'd be standing there he said buck nude instead of buck naked.
Oh, he from the South.
This sound like they gotta be white. I feel like white men do this shit. Like,
yeah, why would you think they would be black?
That's just like them doing this stuff that's like questionable. Like, they do that and it's funny, but you don't see black men doing that as often. Not to this level.
They do it to some degree, but like
not to the level.
This whole story is giving me like white men.
Yeah, it is.
So far.
I'd seen him naked before, so it wasn't a big deal, but that's just the kind of humor he found funny. By the end, we would all just hang out in our underwear when in the apartment. Do men? Okay, I'm gonna say my question.
I wasn't finna do it. I wasn't about to spend my time. I mean, nothing again. I mean, if there's a reason, like I'm secure enough in my masculinity to do it.
But
If
it's
there's
like,
a reason to
why?
do it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, if it's summertime and it's hot and it's like the
Like
air
the air is
conditioner
off.
ain't working,
Yeah.
I'll strip down to my drawers. It's fine. I don't have no problem with that. But like,
A
hey guys,
regular
let's
day.
watch anime in our underwear. For what?
That's
If it ain't no
fucking,
reason to, we not doing it.
yeah, it's weird. Anyway, I've been grasping with my sexuality for some time now. I came out to my dad a month ago and then came out to my roommates last week. Jerry took it pretty well, but Tom did not. Tom is questioning his own sexuality, I believe. He said that I had taken advantage of him by not telling him and that it was unfair that I let him walk around naked without saying anything to him and let him expose himself to me. That's a wild phrase. I let you expose yourself to me. You see how that don't make no sense, Tom? The fuck? That sentence don't even make sense. I tried to explain my thoughts to Jerry. I said that I was unsure of my sexuality, so wasn't wanting to come out before I was ready. I explained that I wasn't trying to take advantage of him and was just simply just feeling uncertain, and it was a personal issue I didn't need to share. He understood and tried to convince Tom. He said Tom reckons I am into him. Oh, that country as hell. Reckons?
Yeah,
I don't
they
even say
country.
that shit, and I'm country as fuck.
Yeah,
I
they
ain't that country. Uh, and wanted to enjoy seeing him in a vulnerable state, which I think is totally unfair. Now, look, Tom is conventionally attractive and he has an athletic build, but I know he's straight and respect that and wasn't trying to do anything untoward. I don't think I'm in the wrong, and neither does Jerry, but Tom is still furious and isn't talking to me at the moment. Am I the asshole? Tom needs to go and have a come to Jesus with himself.
Yeah, you're not the asshole, bro.
You went around exposing yourself in front of this man, which is problematic and fucking weird. And now, because he now tells you that he's gay, now it's a problem. It was weird when you was doing it before, my guy. Like, I don't know why you think all of a sudden it got weird. It was always weird. It didn't just get weird. It was weird from the beginning when you start going out of your way to come in this man's room naked and shit. This shit is weird. I don't understand why y'all do this. I don't know why that's fun for y'all. I don't know why y'all do this stuff to each other.
Well,
it's weird.
You would think that this is about a bond between guys, but it's starting to seem like maybe it's a litmus test for homosexuality. Maybe it's straight guys testing to see if guys are gay, and if the guys don't do nothing to make any of these inquiries, then it's fine, right? Maybe that's the case, because why would you then have a problem with the idea that this guy was seeing you? Now he's like, you fell for it, motherfucker. Now you the asshole because you been hiding this from us and getting your rocks off. Now it's a problem. You the asshole if you be getting your rocks off. Like, if you be getting turned on by the shit.
Well, he said he ain't even into Tom.
Exactly. But that's the mind of the heterosexual male in this situation, is that gay guys like any guys and not the guys they like.
Straight people. Gay folks have preferences just like you do. The same way if you're a straight man that you don't think every woman is attractive, a gay man don't think all of y'all are attractive. You're not going to be somebody's type. Like, I don't know why y'all think it worked different for them, but they still have their preferences. They still have people that they find attractive and people that they don't. So thinking that it's just a free-for-all, and if you got a dick, they're going to be like, oh, I need him. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works for you. It's not how it works for them. They have their preferences. They have things that they're attracted to, and you might not be it. Okay? You ain't gonna be every gay man's cup of tea. Okay? Stop thinking you that special, because you're not. All right?
I'm also certain that within the gay, lesbian community, there are niche people that probably do like straight guys, because I have been pursued by gay men that I've worked with even after identifying myself as straight. And I'm sure that there's plenty of closeted straight men that have been turned out by, well, the closeted wouldn't be, but who have been brought out the closet by gay men that they were telling was straight. And probably men on a spectrum, but more straight, who have been turned out by, gay men, and go apply that to every other section. Put it like this. There is a range of how people exist. Predominantly, gay men don't want straight men, okay? That's just the predominant situation.
Yes.
Gay people want who they want. They are not attracted to you because you're a man. And they definitely ain't attracted to you just because you done took your clothes off and exposed yourself and done all of this shit that you shouldn't have been doing in the first place. So get that thought out your mind. If you were open enough to do it to your boy when you thought he was straight, then it should be no problem that you found out that he's gay. He didn't do nothing with that information. He didn't come and try to hit on you. He didn't come into your bedroom and show himself is naked. Now, if he was doing stuff like that, yeah, we got a problem. But you being the one that forced your nudeness onto him and then blaming him for you doing that, preposterous. It's nasty work.
It's very nasty work. I was trying to find that. I heard a DMX song. And I know DMX songs are littered with some homosexuality here and there. He spent a lot of time in prison. But there was a song that came on the radio the other day, and I was listening to it, and I was like, is he talking about raping a man? It's not. I thought it was For All My Dogs. It ain't that because I just looked at the lyrics. But there is a song where he is referencing non-consensual things
With men?
with men in prison.
Well, that's jail.
There is an episode of Atlanta. If you don't watch Atlanta, there is an episode of Atlanta where Paperboy get locked up. Is it him that gets locked up?
Him and Childish Gambino, but he get out a little earlier than Childish Gambino.
And there's a guy in there that's sitting and what looks like a woman comes in and he like, oh yeah, I used to fuck with her. And they was like, we on the men's side. That's a man. And then he tried to say like, oh, y'all niggas in here gay, y'all in prison. And they was like, that's just jail. You was doing that out there. So apparently it's different.
Different rules.
It's different rules when you are in jail. I gotta find that DMX song so I can let y'all know what it is because I was taken aback. I've heard like stuff before from him that I will be like, what are you talking about? This one was very apparent, so I gotta find what song it was because I can't find it. But yeah, you're not the asshole. You need to find a different roommate because Tom probably finna make a big ass deal about this for a long time, and it might get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So it might be I don't know how far he would be willing to go to secure his own masculinity as it pertains to how people perceive the situation now that you're out. Him being this level of upset make me feel like, it might be a problem.
Yes.
So you might want to be careful there, guy. But asshole, no. Tom is an asshole, but you're not an asshole. Okay. So you pick from these other ones.
All right.
Has anyone successfully been in a lavender marriage? Do you know what a lavender marriage is?
No.
It is a marriage where it is
the opposite of a beard.
It's not a beard situation. Both people know that they're not sexually attracted to each other and they're fine with that and they still get married and have a life together.
What's the reason to doing that?
Companionship. You don't have to worry about like cheating because y'all aren't like romantic. Like it's not that kind of relationship. So like it would be like a straight woman and a gay man. That's
why is it called a lavender marriage?
I don't know why lavender is I don't know, but it's called
Is
lavender.
it the color of the plant?
I mean, the plant is called that because of the color of the plant. I mean, the plant and the color is connected, so I don't know. I don't know which one.
Are you sure?
Lavender?
See, we stuck in an orange situation. was the fruit named after the orange? Was it named the orange first or the color named first? And then when they discovered orange, they named it after the color, or what they discovered?
Same thing with lavender. I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. But she 30, both of these are 30-year-olds. So a 30-year-old female and a 30-year-old man. That's one, a lavender marriage. My dad photoshops pictures of the family and me to appear skinnier. How do I address this? Your daddy weird. Why the fuck is he slimming folks down in the pictures? For the pictures in your house, that's weird. My husband, 35. No, this is a 35-year-old female and her 35-year-old husband. My husband is finally do what I asked, and it's awkward. What was you asking him to do? And you didn't think it all the way through
Is
if
this
you didn't
something
realize
freaky?
it. I don't know. I don't
I
know.
want to find out if it's something freaky.
You want to do that one?
It can't be chores.
For it
Unless
to
he's
be
doing it
awkward?
terribly for it to be awkward.
I don't know what it is. That's why I picked it, because I was like, what is it that he's doing that
Hanging
would be
out with
awkward?
friends.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's do that one.
All right. My 35, my husband is finally doing what I asked, and it's awkward. A 35-year-old female husband, a 35-year-old male, is finally doing what I asked, and it's awkward. I've been telling him for 2 years how he does not provide me with any emotional intimacy, affection, or support. We have quite a bit of issues we've been working through, but the issue for me is just not feeling loved or desired by him anymore. We've been together since we were 18, so a very long time. Married 11 years with 2 kids. We have a good amount of sex, but it's strictly fucking. Those are her words. Okay. There's no real intimacy involved. No cuddling. Kissing is rare. After a big fight a few days ago, I told him if we didn't see a counselor, I was done with the relationship. He doesn't believe in counseling and decided instead that we would do a weekly check-in with each other where we could voice concerns or provide praise. He apologized for his actions, and against my better judgment, we had sex the next day. But the weird thing is, he cuddled me and actually kissed me. It was different. It left me confused and angry, sad. I woke up the next day not feeling good about it and started drafting a letter telling him I wanted a separation. Girl, my God, that escalated very quickly. I'm an emotional, anxious person, so communicating in this way is much easier for me because I won't get emotional and unable to get my point across. Well, that evening he comes home from work and kisses me on the lips and hugs me. I was honestly so shocked I didn't know what to think. I didn't give him the letter. Another day goes by, and today I'm doing the dishes and he comes up behind me and hugs me. I flinched. He's never done that before. I didn't know what to do. It occurred to me that I don't even know how to be hugged by a partner anymore, even though that's what I've been craving for so long. Do I need to leave him? Am I so checked out of the relationship already that him making this effort no longer matters? It hurts me to think he finally starts trying and then having it to be too little too late. I don't want to break up my family, but I just want genuine love and connection. It's hard to know if this is an act on his part. I'm assuming it is because this does not come naturally to him. Girl, does this mean he doesn't really care and he's just doing what he has to do to keep our family together? I'm so confused. I'm thinking of seeing a therapist. Please, for the love of God, go do that. Let me tell you what grinds my gears. You asked this man to do something that you yourself are acknowledging is against his natural way of being. And he's going out of his comfort zone to provide this for you. And you making it like you're not gonna know if it's genuine unless it continues. How is he supposed to impress upon you that this is him genuinely doing it, other than the fact that he's fucking doing it when he didn't have to? He didn't have to be trying to put in this effort, and it seems like he's putting in a pretty good effort. Like, all of these are things that have nothing to do with sex, that are just the intimacy that you said you wanted from him. It's not him trying to lead into still having sex because that's what he wants. He's doing these things separate from that. I don't know what else you want him to do. That's crazy.
I might have asked you this question before. So in the case of these two people, would you accept getting a thing that looks and feels genuine that is not?
If I know that it's not, no.
It's not acceptable to you?
If I know that it's not genuine, well, okay, if we're talking about this and it's something he's giving me that I asked for, that it's not going to genuinely come from him because that's not him, it would be because it's not. The genuineness for me is in the act. Mm-hmm. The fact that he's willing to go out of his comfort zone to do something for me that I asked him to do. I don't need him to want to do it. That's crazy to me when women are like, I want him to want to. It don't matter if he wants to. He's doing this as an effort to show you that you said you needed this from me. And even though it don't come naturally to me, you're important enough for me to give you that thing. So in a case like this, no, I don't need it to be genuine. The act itself is the genuineness.
And that's what I was going to bring up. Yeah. Because for some people, it's, I need you to desire to do the thing, but not just do it. When just doing it is the effort, right? The exactly. Effort is genuine effort.
Yes. Because you can't change how somebody is. If he's not a touchy, intimate kind of person when it comes to, That's just not who he is. But he's still providing this to you because it's something important to you. It don't have to be something that he wants. I want him to want to do it. It's crazy. He don't have to want to do it. He's doing it. And he's not doing it in a way that is making you feel bad. He ain't like, here, bitch, here go a hug. It ain't that. So, like, what more you want from this man? Like, you do need to go and get into some therapy, I would say, for sure. Because you can't measure the genuineness in a situation like this based off of whether he want to do the shit or not. Regardless of whether he wants to do it, he's doing it for you. And again, not grudgingly, by your own description, it sounds like he's just putting in a little bit more effort. Because it ain't a whole lot to come in and hug your wife from behind if she washing dishes. It ain't a whole lot to kiss her on the head here and there. He's doing that because you said that that's what you wanted. But now you moved the goalpost. He did this, and now you moving it and saying, well, now I need it to be genuine. I need you to want to stop moving the goalpost. He giving, look, and I think sometimes people be in relationships for so long that they don't know how it is out here in these single streets. Him doing that is a big fucking deal. It is a lot of men that would have told you to go kick rocks and wouldn't have cared about what you need for your emotional intimacy. They wouldn't have cared about that. He cares enough to put in the effort, and you moving the goalpost. So no, you do need to go and sit down and figure out what you need to do internally, and why this is such. You being given what you wanted, you turned it into something that's a problem. So I 100% agree that you need to go and get into therapy. Separating and divorcing him when he doing what you asked him to do is wild to me. Like that's even a thought in your head. You know, and I get there is a point of no return. And I tell men all the time, women leave relationships emotionally and mentally before they physically leave. By the time she breaking up with you, it's over. It ain't no coming back. You ain't gonna fix that shit. If she get to a point where she breaking up with you, she been gone. It's been a slower process. So I'm not saying that that's not possible, but like, I don't know. I don't know what
well, it sounds like she got attachment, avoiding
attachment. Yeah.
It sounds like her brain is trying to find a reason to get out of there. But it is not fair for you to bring up these things that you need, and then when you're getting them, have this like reaction, like when she said she jerked when he hugged her from behind. What, you thought he was gonna body slam your ass or something? Like what? Suplex, power bomb.
You sleep next to this man every night. Why? Them kind of responses is crazy. That's excessive for somebody that you live with and have sex with and love, and you jumping when he come around.
If you were my client, I would challenge you to not try to put the onus on him. Yeah. In terms of, well, has it been so long that I just don't know how to feel this anymore? He's, neglected and denied me this for so long that you also have to work your brain into wanting the things in the way you want them, the way that he has to work his brain into giving them to you in a way that is meaningful, right? Because let's say that the max you needed is on level 3. And let's say when you asked for it, you was thinking about getting it on level 3. But he automatically started implementing level 6. Yeah. Because you haven't had the conversations to let him know, okay, this is what I need specifically, and this is how it looks. So now he's going above what you need, and it's a little bit more uncomfortable than you wanted to. Maybe you just wanted him to knock the edge off of the limited emotional intimacy and affection. And he threw a Hail Mary for it. That's where the conversations come in. Like, just appreciating his effort, and then saying, but, you know what I'm saying? Back a look. This is how I would like for it to look. Yeah. So you don't, because you coming real, real far, and you don't have to go that far. Just you can stay right here. Those conversations are needed to be had. And to be fair to him also, it sounds like this is the first time you've had a meaningful conversation with him about it. So even the fact that he hadn't been doing it, listen, people ain't going to know what to do if you don't tell them. We take for granted, or we feel like because we feel a way, somebody's going to be clairvoyant and be able to see that shit. Talk to your partners. If there's something that you need, tell him or her so they can try to provide it. But doing this little guessing game, or he should know, or I've been dropping hints, you a whole ass grown adult. Use your mouth. Tell him or her whatever it is that you need, and then they can work with that. But to assume that they just supposed to know how you feel loved is crazy work. They don't know.
You need to sit down and have these conversations. Because when you sat down and had a conversation with him, he delivered. Not in the way you wanted him to. That just means have another conversation. You jump into divorce and separation and shit, which is crazy. That is such a leap. Like, you really gonna go into a court of law and say, I want to divorce my husband because he's been hugging me. And I don't like it. He kissed me on the cheek. Do you believe that, Your Honor?
And I did ask for it, but he doing too much. I didn't expect him to actually change. And maybe that's the draw. Maybe you actually want to be out of your relationship.
And just say
maybe
that.
you didn't believe he was going to change. And so maybe you told him the things that you knew that he wasn't going to do so that you can find an easier way out of your relationship. And when he actually started doing it, it messed up your plans.
Stop calling people bluff.
Now, that's that avoidant personality,
Yeah.
avoidant attachment that be showing up.
You should just tell him if you don't want to be there no more. That's fine. I mean, it's going to hurt, but like having him jump through these hoops just for you to eventually leave him is very, very fucked up. It's very fucked up.
Quite.
If you decided that you're going to leave, pack your little bags and do that. But do not put this man through these paces knowing that at the end of this, you still going to leave his ass, because that is fucked up and I can't get with that at all. Okay? I'm an advocate for women, but when we fucking up, we fucking up. And you, ma'am, are fucking up. Stop that. Okay? You need to figure out what's going on with you and your anxious attachment. Whether or not this is something that you still want to be in, you need to figure those things out so you can relate it to him. But making him feel bad for giving you exactly what and again, do you know how many men would have done this but still use it as a prelude to sex? He ain't even doing it. He's literally doing this shit separate from the sex that he wants to have, because you said that he's implementing it in the way we would tell somebody to implement it. He's still got a problem.
The other thing is, like, was he like this at the beginning and then it went away? Or was he never like this and it's just something you realize you missing at some point? So if he did it before, what did it look like then? Did it look exactly the way he's giving it to you now? And he's giving it back to you now and it's just different? That is something to explore with yourself, because is this something that you needed because you had it in a past relationship, or did you have it at the beginning of this relationship? Because those things make a difference.
They do.
So it's just a lot to explore in this situation. And divorce ain't the answer, especially as a reaction to him actually doing the things that you wanted him to do.
Him to do.
So
it's crazy.
You are the asshole.
Yeah.
In this situation, if we're assessing where the problem is.
I think it was just relationship advice, but you are an asshole for this, ma'am. That's real. Because the thing about it is, we would be raking him over the coals if he did this shit to you. You cannot, again, put people through jumping through hoops and shit and doing this stuff for you, and you just want to leave. That if you want to leave, then leave. But don't have him thinking that he can fix his relationship and he can't. Okay? Because that's messed up.
Yeah.
And then that's just going to put him in a place where he got to try to get over this, and the next woman going to it's just, don't do this. Okay? You need to go find you an individual therapist, because these are individual problems. This is your problem. This is not his. Okay? He's done what he can do from his side of things. You need to go and handle that internal stuff, and then y'all can sit down. And again, if he need to dial it back, it don't sound like he doing a whole lot. I mean, a nigga coming in and hugging me when I'm washing dishes is not that deep to me. But if that's too much for you, then you need to be able to vocalize to him be specific. Because just saying you need emotional intimacy gives him free rein to do that however the fuck he sees fit. Be specific. What does that mean? What does emotional intimacy mean to you? How are you defining that? Give him some things that he can do. If this is too much, I don't even know what you would be looking for if this little shit is too much, because that's very small. A hug when you wash the dishes. He kiss you when he come home. My aunt and uncle do that shit all the time. I mean, I don't know what level of it that you're needing, because I can't even say he went to a 10. He literally went to about a 3. He's on a low level scale of it. He is. So,
and then you only gave 3 instances of things that he did, and you just ready to get out of there after the 3 things. Like,
I gotta get up. She sound what's his, like, there's a guy on TikTok. He's Philip Hudson's brother. I can't remember. I hate to call him Philip Hudson's brother because he has a name. It's like Lawrence, I think. he make these little videos with this sad music over it where he talking about just everyday inconveniences, and he always says, "I gotta get up out of there. You gotta get up out of there. You can't be doing this, man. It's not okay.
Harming yourself.
Yeah, and you harming him, okay? Because he gonna be confused as fuck. He don't know what to do. She told me she wanted some emotional intimacy, and I gave her that, and she left me. You know how confusing that is?
Let's be clear, man. When your woman is asking you for something, you need to get ready to give it to her, okay? To try your best, communicate, have a conversation, and understand that intimacy and affection are going to be two very important components on top of sex. It's just what it is. Not to say that there aren't men who that's valuable to, that they don't get it from their women, right? Everybody experience something, but like our current positionality in society as men, we the ones that don't fool with it.
Yeah.
Like, we just don't. So we need to learn too. But yeah.
So yeah, ma'am, go get you some individual therapy because you tripping hard. This is a you problem. This is not a him problem. He did what he could. It wasn't enough. Now you need to figure out what's going on with you that makes this not enough or too much, or I don't even know what it is you're saying. It is.
If a woman asked me for something and I gave it to her, I would turn into Morgan Freeman from lean on me. I'm be like, you smoke crack? You smoke crack, don't you?
Look at me, boy. Don't you smoke crack?
You asked me for the shit, and now you telling me you want to leave me because I gave you the shit? There ain't no explanation for this except you're high. And I haven't been able to figure it out. You don't smell high, you don't look high. But this is high motherfucker behavior.
It is. Calm down. Like, pump your brakes.
Well, I mean, I would be a little bit different. I'd be like, okay.
You would. Because he's
like this one ran his course.
Super nonchalant. If a nigga asks me for something and I give it to him and you going to come and try, I'm going to tell you now, I'm not going to be chill. And you are going to hear about it. And you ain't going to like it. Because what the fuck are you talking about? You came to me and you specifically asked for this fucking thing. And I gave you this thing, even though it's some shit I don't even fuck with like that. But you needed this. And I was going to provide my partner with what he needs. And you won't come back and tell me that you want to break up with me because I gave you what you need? Oh, no. No. No, no, no. No. It's not going to be, it ain't going to be a happy time for nobody. This is going to be the worst breakup you ever had in your fucking life. Guaranteed. And it ain't going to be because I'm breaking your shit because I don't do that. But I bet you won't do this shit again. I bet you won't do this shit again. But anyway. If you have a Reddit letter or something that you see that you want us to respond to, you can send it to us on the aforementioned social media, or you can send it to us at our email address, which is conversationconartist@gmail.com. And we got a couple of stories this week. Joy Taylor. This is a couple of weeks out, but
okay, talk about it. Explain what's happening.
Okay, let me get let me some notes because it's pretty crazy. I should have had this pulled up before.
Well, doing this in podcast form with video is different because we used to be at our computer with audio, and I just be on my computer, but trying to focus and watch the video is different.
It's a little harder. Okay, so there are numerous lawsuits that are occurring with some of the Fox Sports employees. So Joy Taylor, there's a lawsuit that alleges that she leveraged sex to advance her career and allegedly threatened to accuse network executive of sexual assault when he was no longer useful to her. Additionally, she's accused of dismissing sexual harassment claims made by a former stylist, telling her to get over it. Now, said stylist, Skip Bayless, is accused of offering that same stylist $1.5 million for sexual intercourse. My question is, was it once? Because $1.5 million for once.
Is he married?
I don't know a lot about Skip Bayless. Emmanuel, I think this is Ocho, and Charlie Dixon are accused of having sexual relationships with Taylor and rewarding her with promotions because of it. Dixon is additionally accused of groping if it's the same stylist, that stylist just had it rough. Everywhere she went, She was just being
apparently
assaulted.
like they were inviting her to all kinds of places. Like to be a hairstylist, like is she there because to do hair or is she there because
Yeah, I
she
want to fuck
plays
her.
nice with the I don't think she was playing nice. I think she was just like avoiding it
Yeah.
and everything. And I think the fact that Joy Taylor was having these sexual relationships with these people, she was kind of real insensitive to the stylist about like what she was trying to bring up in that way.
Um, it is. I mean, we're not surprised at this point. I don't think we shouldn't be. Joy Taylor sounds like a bitch. She sounds awful. Um, and here's the thing, because I know there are gonna be people that are like, "Well, she just using what she got to get what she." No, no. Leveraging this and blackmailing folks and saying if you don't do what I want, then I'm gonna say you sexually assaulted me is the epitome of shit that I can't stand. Because it makes it difficult. I've said this, there's nothing that pisses me off more than a woman that lies about being assaulted, because it's already so hard for actual women that get assaulted to be believed and to actually get justice. And you have heifers out here just doing this because this is how they want to make bank. No. No, no, no. No. I can't stand that. It pisses me off. I don't like that. Even if I don't give a fuck about Skip Bayless and none of these niggas that she was blackmailing. I could care less. But again, the aesthetic of it and it coming out this way, all it does is make people see these bitches be lying. They be lying about getting sexually assaulted. I don't like that because you make it hard for me and other women who would not lie about some bullshit like this. So fuck her. Skip a 1.5 million to fuck somebody's crazy. I don't want that level of money.
It ain't tricking if you got it.
I don't want that level of tricking.
Why not?
I don't want that. It's too much.
I mean, you can have the money to trick and not do it.
Apparently not, because niggas with money really be doing this shit. It happens a lot.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't use money.
I feel like you get to a point where you know you can buy anything and everything, nothing's off the table.
I just go to Vegas. I go to where prostitution is legal. I go to New Amsterdam or Taiwan. You know, if you want to spend your money on sex, go somewhere where you don't got to. I guess money can't unlame a motherfucker. That's what's been coming out with Drake and stuff like that.
You
and
still a lame
if
nigga
you
with money.
can't get the draws off your own energy, go somewhere where getting the draws is a part of the system that operates. Go to Vegas, find you a nice young lady, pay her in advance, tell her you want her to pretend like she's just a regular person that don't know nothing. Choose which machine you want her to be at. Go spit your game to her. Set up a whole little role-playing situation and make yourself feel good about setting that up. But like to go to somebody at your job that works on your hair and being like, I'll pay you $1.5 million to have sex with me, that's diabolical.
It's diabolical.
That is diabolical to your own self-worth, my man. That's what that is, okay?
1.5
You need to work on that confidence and that self-esteem when it comes to women, because you be on all of these shows going head to head with these dudes talking about sports and you offering $1.5 million to have sex.
That's crazy.
And I get it ain't tricking if you got it, but if you gotta try to use your money to get it from somebody that you can't get it from otherwise, you playing the wrong game, man. Playing the wrong game.
The fact that she turned you down for the $1.5 million too is like, go. It's like, I think part of the thrill is getting somebody that doesn't want to do it, because there's plenty of women that would have accepted that and been happy, but you pressing on her because she don't want you, and there's a thrill. And I think before we were talking about how there are some gay lesbian folks that do like crossing over straight people, or like they take a pride in being able to do that shit. I think there's a level of man that just, it's the thrill of the chase. She don't want me, I'm gonna make her want me. I'm gonna get her. I think that's all, because it's like, you got 1.5 million to toss around like that, then go get a bitch that want it.
At some point, he also falsely accused her of sleeping with Shannon Sharp. So it wasn't just a one-time I know you offer. He had been badgering her and trying to get at her for the longest. Like, and that turned out to not be true, to which he apologized about that later, which I imagine at the end of the day, he was like, bruh, I kind of messed my cards up by bringing up the Shannon thing. 1.5 million. 1.5 million. Take it or take it.
Not take it or take it. Yeah, man. I think it's the thrill in getting somebody that doesn't want you to do this thing you know they don't want to do. Well, that's what I think it is.
It's already that entitlement exists.
It's like
it's like men.
It's a million women you could have gave that to that would have jumped at it, and she telling you no, and you still pressing her. It's like, bro,
jump at. What's your price? Okay, I'm gonna create a scenario.
Okay.
Birmingham man.
Ugh.
You know that he has means.
Okay.
He's attractive.
Okay.
He is married.
Oh, that's.
And but you do know that the marriage is open. Like, for all intents and purposes, he showed you messages that said his wife is okay. So that eliminates any possible attachment, any possible expectations, and he maybe want to do something while you single twice a year, and he understands that if you were to get a relationship, that would end. And he's going to pay you once for those 2 times for the year. What's your price? 20,000.
No, that's not enough.
50,000.
The marriage thing would be the hard part for me. Even with it being open, that don't sit right in my own spirit.
Well, him being married is the only way. Okay, let's not say he married. Let's say that after this year, he's moving out of the country and he won't be coming back. I'm just trying to remove the attachment piece because most people wouldn't take money because they won't believe that they will detach from them.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I have attachment problems. But
that will turn stalkers onto you.
Well,
especially if you dealing with some gorilla grip situation. And
that he would stalk me, yeah.
Yeah, like if you put on a show for him. So I'm just trying to eliminate that. So let's say for whatever reason, let's say he die after that. He gonna die at the end of the year. But he gonna pay you these 2 times. And what's your price?
One of the times he need to pay off my student loans. All of them.
How much is that?
It's a lot of money.
Is it 6 figures?
It ain't 6 figures. Well, no, it's right at 6 figures.
Okay. So $99,999.
Yeah. We'll say $100K. Okay. He pay off my student loans. And then what would I need the second time? He's attractive?
Yeah, he attractive for all intents and purposes.
Okay.
You like date him and go further with him if it wasn't,
If it wasn't this kind of situation.
Yeah.
Pay off my student loans. How much would I want the second time around? I mean, you pay my student loans off. That's the bulk of my debt. Maybe we'll say $200,000 for the year.
Okay.
$100,000 per occurrence.
Okay.
If he got it, it ain't tricking. You just said.
It ain't tricking if you got it, but man, that's just like, that's 10% of 1.5. Almost.
It ain't 1.5 though.
I'm just saying.
Skip was willingly gonna come out with
12%?
a 1.5.
Yeah.
And that could have been for one encounter. He was gonna pay 1.5 for one encounter. I would imagine. That's a lot.
You want to know what my price is being on the man's side?
Please say it's
Get this through y'all heads. I'll never pay a dime for sex from somebody if I can't get it from them otherwise. If my game ain't gaming enough to get it from them, then that is an L for me. I just think it makes it a bigger L if you be like, well, I'll pay for it. That is a bigger L. I will never have that kind of price. Okay?
See, I don't have that kind of. There's no man I would ever pay because I don't have to.
You wouldn't have to pay men. Okay? Let's be clear. You don't have to pay men.
That don't even compute in my head. That don't even sound right.
Right. Now, in Vegas, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. And we need to see how I do on these tables.
Oh, shit.
Now, what is my price if somebody was pursuing me?
Yes.
Nothing if it's a man.
Okay.
Okay. I don't swing like that. And I also don't have a price for men. I'm trying to think. Is there a scenario where
I don't think I could.
I think there might be some fetish stuff that I would do to men without allowing men to do something to me. Right? So if somebody was like, I like a degradation kink, I'll pay you $50,000 to piss on me in a hotel room.
Go pee on.
I think I'm gonna pee on him.
That's very specific.
So Reginald D. Hunter is a comedian, and he got a 10-year, 15-year-old stand-up. He's from Georgia, but he moved over to Britain. So his comedy was very particular. It was kind of like coming from the South, being parented in the South. And going. He told a story about his daddy telling him that when he was younger, white men used to pay him to come fart in their face at hotels. And I was like, I don't know why I wouldn't do that if somebody was paying me handsomely to do so.
Because it's fucking weird. That's why.
What?
I'm not doing it.
I'm not saying it ain't weird. I'm just saying it's worth something.
I can't. Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, see, somebody that need like some dick, I ain't gonna be able to survive it for you, brother. I can't. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't.
And you know, somebody gonna say that's gay. I just think that it's not. I think that I'm straight in a whole. Like, if you farted in the room with your friends before, why not do it for money
such a specific
in a hotel
request to make of someone?
All I'm saying is my price. If the price is high enough, I'll pee on a white man.
I don't think I can.
I wouldn't. It was not a black person.
I don't think I have a price for a woman.
I wouldn't do it. I don't want to do it to a black person.
I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to. I don't want to do it. No.
And my price for a woman, just dinner. Pay for dinner. We good. You don't even have to pay for dinner. Just give me certainty that you want to come back to the house. That's it. I'll pay for dinner.
That's hilarious.
We can go Dutch if you have to contribute something. But, you know. Wait, what if she was like 75? She got to pay.
Why she got to pay at 75?
Because she's 75.
What that mean?
I don't know, man. I don't want to be responsible.
You want to get the junior?
She's paying me for the possible guilt of if she die after we have sex. She paying me for that. Like, imagine a 40-year-old, 75-year-old come hang out with a young buck. We do our thing, and then
dies of a heart attack.
you try like you don't even know. Y'all do your thing, go to sleep, try to wake up in the morning, and she ain't waking up. And you see her phone, and her children been calling her.
That's terrible.
I need to be paid. I need to be paid to buy some PR to get. I need to figure out how to get out of that situation. I ain't doing that shit for free. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm not doing that for free. This ain't ageism. It's just a very, very strong reality that you kick the bucket after that, right? That doesn't happen before.
That's hilarious. I mean, we're talking about, you know, gay men and then, like, I think we could move down to the next. So I'm gonna put a video up with no sound up right now so that y'all can see what we about to talk about. They speak in a different language anyway, so even if you had the sound, you wouldn't. I don't know what they're saying because I don't speak the language. I think it's somewhere in Africa. Why would I'm not sitting by my husband who's sitting by his best man and he got his hand on his thigh and they got their fingers clasped together. No.
So it's a couple that just got married sitting on the couch, and like what is presumably the best man sitting next to him, and he's holding hands with the wife, but also
with the wife.
He like having a conversation with the wife, and he got his hand on the thigh of the best man, and the best man is looking real uncomfortable. And from my vantage point, from Red's vantage point, it seemed like he's getting upset from whatever this guy's saying to them. To me, it looks like he's uncomfortable because this hand on my thigh, is giving us away. And him getting up and leaving is trying to avoid being caught up in the situation.
Either way, it's fucked up. Okay, let me just say this. I don't have a problem with anybody's sexuality. I don't even have a problem if you're confused and you figuring it out. I do have a problem if you try to use me to figure that shit out. To the point of us getting fucking married while you here palming this nigga thigh. Absolutely the fuck not. I would have turned that whole shit out. You hear me? The whole thing. Flipping over shit, it would have been awful. Because what the fuck is this? And you doing it on camera. That's,
It would be fun to see you that angry.
Why?
I don't know. I just see your purple hair flipping all over the place, and you just flipping shit, and your hair just flopping up and down.
It would be.
That'd be a good movie scene.
It would. It absolutely. They would have to sedate me to calm me down. It wouldn't even be. I don't want to hear no. And On Point is the person that probably most in the world who would be able to talk me down on some shit. I wouldn't even be hearing nothing. He got the fucking.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's clear this up. I know her enough to know that if I ever experience her that angry, I just need to record to make sure that she can see what the fuck happened and or get the fuck out of there. I'm not trying to intervene. I know. See, this is the thing about me and how I know you. I know how to talk you down from levels that you need to be talked down to, but I also know the threshold of level where you got to deal with that shit on your own. I know. Because I'm not trying to get caught up in a bad memory with you because I done tried to talk you off some kind of ledge and you had fully planned on swan diving off that bitch. I am not participating in that. So just know, I will never. People gonna be like, what happened to Eddie? He did right. He got the hell on. He left me alone. All of y'all trying to stop this?
Yep.
You just got to let the train crash and see what the debris is afterwards.
Yeah, because you talk about crash out, that would be me. I would crash the fuck out. Because not only are you married me, and now I got to figure out this legal shit, annulment, whatever. You didn't embarrass me. Oh, mother, because it's like a ticker tape at the bottom. It looked like it was on the news or some shit. Bitch, I wish you would. No. No. We gonna make the news for a whole different fucking reason. Because they gonna be like, did you see that purple hair lady spaz out on that? Exactly. Because that's exactly what's going to... I don't care. Ain't nothing nobody can tell me. There's nothing that can be said that's going to bring me out of that in that moment. And I will regret it. I will feel bad about the damage that I caused. I will regret being in an African prison, jail, whatever. I will regret all of that. None of that is going to matter in the moment while I'm tagging the fuck out of you and this nigga. Because both of y'all going to get this smoke. Because what the fuck? If y'all want to be together, y'all should have did that shit. Don't involve me. Don't get my emotions and my feelings involved to it. You didn't propose to me and I didn't say yes. And we didn't went and had this whole wedding. And now we sitting up here and you can't contain yourself not to be palming this nigga's thigh? No. I'm going to crash out. I am. I'm going to regret it. It ain't going to help nothing. It's still going to be the same. I know all of this logically sitting right here. I ain't going to give a fuck about none of that. Logic is going to leave the room. She going to act like she ain't never met me. Me and Logic ain't even acquainted at this point. I don't know her. It's up. I don't know what else to say. There's no way. Because if that's what you want to do, if that's who you are, even if you ain't ready to come out, that's fine. Just don't involve me. I'm not going to ever force nobody out of the closet. But you ain't going to force me in that bitch with you. Okay? I ain't doing that. All right? You either going to live in your truth or you going to die in your lies. Okay? Whichever. Don't matter to me.
Well, my future partner going to know that if you want to play around a little bit, it's okay with me. You know? And I don't have to be invited, but if you want to. I've been invited before. I declined.
You're open to that. I feel like a nigga that married me would know that Red ain't on that.
I'm just making sure. But I mean, I feel like don't do that in front of my mama them. Like if we at the wedding, we just done wrapped it up.
Yeah.
Don't be hugging and kissing with some lady in there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Looking at that made me mad, and it wasn't even my situation. It being me, I'm spazzing out. It's gonna be terrible.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the worst. I can't even imagine the level of destruction I would do in a wedding dress. With my heels on. I might be beating y'all in the head with my heel. I don't know how to.
I'm probably gonna go find the groom. I'm like, you in danger, boy. You better get your ass out of here, because I'm finna get my ass out of here. And if it's me leaving, you know you need to leave.
Yeah.
So go.
Get your ass out of here.
You two, dude. Go. Y'all go have a life together. I guarantee you she ain't trying to reconcile with you, my boy.
Absolutely not.
Leave, because I don't want to have to deal with her going to jail. Because your life is in danger.
Like, it wouldn't even be on no calm. I joke about, like, you know, putting cyanide in pie. I wouldn't even be in the headspace. I don't want it to be slow. You finna get this fade now, today, in this moment. Because you embarrassed me today, in this moment. So you finna catch this smoke today, in this fucking moment. And the thing about it is, I could get my ass whooped. I ain't gonna give a fuck. I ain't gonna care. You gonna earn this ass. You are going to work for it. Because at the point that I'm this livid, I'm gonna just be swinging. I don't give a fuck. I can't. There's no way. So, future husband, if you watching this, remember this. I'm telling you now, there's some things that I can handle. And I do consider myself to be a very emotionally intelligent and emotionally mature person. But it's some shit that's just beyond. And that's one of them.
Yeah, she has well-identified crash-out moments.
Yes.
They haven't happened yet, but she knows that therapy shit, emotional shit, mature shit, responsible shit, out the window.
Don't nobody care
Okay?
about it. Don't matter.
It's done.
Yeah.
You know.
But this is where self-awareness is important, okay? So I keep myself out of these situations because I know what are crash out moments for me. If you sneak one past me, that's on you. I've been trying to avoid the shit, but if you want to just test your faith, go ahead. You're going to meet your maker. All right.
All right, so at the beginning of the episode, I talked about my TikTok.
Yeah.
Eddie be talking. And you know what? It looked like TikTok is about to go out the window, all right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. From listening to the oral arguments, the people arguing for the ban sound stupid to me.
Well, it was always dumb.
The people arguing against the ban, they got some sense. And realistically, when there are national security threats, there are specific threats. There are things that you know is happening, not things that can possibly happen, right? And it would be easier to accept some of that maybe if there already wasn't anti-Chinese sentiment in America and in American politics. Chinese do be bullshitting, don't get me wrong. They do some stuff. But for the politicians that we have to be saying in the legislation that this is a national security issue, but out loud to be really having a problem with the voices on TikTok speaking and saying what they want to say, it's turning to, which is the argument that they were making against the ban, a First Amendment right issue. And when you go to the legislation, it says national security threat. But when you listen to any politician that's talking about it, they talk about the kind of videos that are showing up on TikTok. And they were sitting there having to explain to this old ass Supreme Court what's going on. Because the common TikToker experience is the algorithm.
Yep.
How is China going to influence me to be against America when I'm just looking at cat and dog videos? When I'm watching a raccoon choke a puppy?
Why would that be the example that you use?
Because it's my brain, of all the examples of videos
many videos
that my brain could throw me, my brain be like, here you go, bitch. It's like one time when I was working at McDonald's, I was back there washing dishes, and the jokester of the group, you know, said, hey, Eddie, here go spatula. He tossed me the spatula after it had been sitting on the grill on purpose. If I could slow down time, I would look at him smile slowly and deviously while it was in the air. And when I caught it, burnt my hands. Ah! He laughed, and then he went back to business as usual. And I was like, you bitch, in my head. Because I wasn't that aggressive back then. That's what my brain just did. My brain do that shit every now and then, okay? I can't help it. It's what it gave me.
Random example, yeah.
There's another one where it's like evil kitty videos. I like that. I like those videos. I like when cats are being weird. And
I like this. This is horrible. But I'm gonna still say it. I like to see them slap kids. It's just fucking funny to me because kids get all in their face and they just be like, pat, pat. The fuck out of here.
Yeah, them cats, they just.
I love it. It's
but
so
the thing
funny.
about it is, the cats know not to do damage because they do that without protracting their claws.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
They
Cats,
just like, get your ass out of here.
Yeah, they
It's
know
just
what
a
they
nice
doing.
little, get the fuck on.
I also like videos where
respect
dogs have human eyes.
I don't like that shit. That shit is disconcerting.
It is creepy
I
when they
don't
be
like
looking. They just be looking at people, them side eyes.
I don't like
It'd be hilarious.
Remy side eye me all the time. Like if I yell at him about something, that nigga be like, "Who you? Bitch, I'm talking to you. Who are you side eye?"
But how is China going to influence me with that? You know, and that's the first argument. The first argument is y'all need to understand that the common American experience is from the algorithm, and what they see is what they see based on what they like. The second thing is the legislation says that this is for national security, but when you listen to Mitt Romney, when you listen to other politicians, they're saying national American sentiment is being influenced by the voices on TikTok. The voices on TikTok ain't Chinese.
They're American.
The voices on TikTok are American. So that turns it into a national security issue.
We have real problems in this country. People tried to go and celebrate New Year's, and a crazy motherfucker drove a truck into a crowd in New Orleans. Like, we have all of this stuff going on, and it just seems very disingenuous and very just stupid as fuck that this is what y'all are convening the Supreme Court for. Y'all are literally sitting down with the highest court in the land to talk about a motherfucking app when it's all of this crazy shit going on out here. When lives are actually in danger, and y'all, it just look dumb. Y'all sound crazy.
Well, I ain't even worried about in danger. I'm worried about rent prices. I'm worried
that's
about grocery prices.
Homelessness.
I'm worried about gas prices.
Homelessness is a danger.
There's
for all
the
of
things
us.
that people have been saying out loud for a long time. This is starting to just expose how out of touch the government is with the people.
That's crazy.
And it's like just the idea that they like, look, we know what's best for you. You know, y'all Americans, y'all. We rule y'all through this legislation, and you don't know what's best for you. But you know what done happened? Everybody from TikTok done went over to an app called Red Note. Have you heard of
Red Note? Okay, so somebody this morning just told me about that, and I was like, I haven't heard of it. I figured something was gonna cut, because that's the thing. It's going.
So this is literally a Chinese app. Like, it's in Mandarin. They can't understand what's going on that app.
So all you've done is push people towards the shit that you saying.
But this is the thing. Everybody from TikTok is going over there using the hashtag TikTok refugees, and the Chinese people are actually teaching Mandarin to the American people. Now there's some people who are irritated because they were like, "This is not Chinese TikTok. This is more like Chinese Instagram." Also, we don't want y'all on our shit. But most people are being really nice, really friendly, getting good laughs out of it. And, you know, it's one of those things where you don't realize the harm you cause by taking something away that has this theoretical harm. Like, you're sending people straight to China. So the Chinese government right now can, if they want to capitalize on all these accounts going over there signing up, they can just add more information that they want. But another third issue that came down that really differentiates what the American government is looking for, because they're talking about China through TikTok, through ByteDance, extracting information from Americans. Shein and Temu are two Chinese companies that operate in America. The only difference between them and the information that they collect is that one of them gives American a place to have a voice. The other two don't. They just sell products. And so if you have a problem with TikTok gathering our information, you should have a problem theoretically with Temu and Shein doing the same thing.
Them pop-ups and shit. Like, I love a good deal, but getting on that website give me anxiety. I don't even have ADHD.
Well, if you shop at Shein, don't tell your friends, because, you know, they be stealing.
Who be stealing?
Shein?
Oh, the
stealing designs, fast fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of that.
Both Temu the same way. You're going to get a million pop-ups. It's so hard to use. It's so overwhelming. But yeah, it just seems disingenuous. This just seems like a really fucking petty thing when we have real emergencies occurring. This is what y'all are doing. Texas infrastructure still fucking terrible. At least they didn't have it like the other year when they had snow and it fucked everybody up.
LA infrastructure.
LA, because the fires.
These fires, like,
it's better things y'all have to do with the time than sitting around a round table talking about fucking TikTok. It's crazy. It's crazy. And if y'all ban it, it ain't gonna take care of none of this other shit. I'm not gonna see no improvement in my day-to-day life at all from y'all banning TikTok. I ain't gonna see shit.
So let me tell you what I didn't know. The original legislation for TikTok was a standalone bill, and nobody would go near it. But they added it to a bill that had other things that were critical. So they added it as port to another bill. And so it passed along with these other things. Now, one of the senators, a Democratic senator, he presented a bill that extends the TikTok ban date because it does need to be looked at. The implications need to be looked at. And he had this conversation after they done seen all these people getting on red note. Because it's like, if it's really about national security for China, how did y'all not know that y'all might be creating a national security issue by making it a false national security issue, by people being so resentful of y'all taking something away that 170 million Americans utilize, and a bunch of creators who have bought houses, been able to leave their jobs, have started small businesses, and who on just the bottom of that have just been entertained endlessly by people. Like, there are people whose music careers have been jump started by coming out on TikTok and singing. And they were just a person with no confidence in their basement and found it and sang, and people loved it, and it turned into something.
Is it Tyler, the country singer that ended up on Beyonce's country album? Like, she started out on TikTok and now she touring with Beyonce. She was in the Super Bowl performance.
A lot of people's lives have been changed. And our American government don't consider that. They're just thinking, well, the ADL had a lot to do with it, which is the Israeli advocacy group when it came to all of those voices that were speaking on behalf of the Palestinians in Gaza. Israel don't care about that kind of thing, the Israeli government particularly. So that became a very big push and drive to cancel TikTok. And the American government always do whatever Israel say. They really don't push back against that stuff. And so a lot of money has gone into these politicians to advocate for these things. And you would think that it would be, it passed with Democrat and Republican support. So I don't know what the Democrats made that decision for, but
it's fucking dumb.
It's a terrible piece of legislation. And I hope it don't get banned. But if it does get banned, then, I don't think I'm going to Red Note or Lemonade or any of those other apps. I'm just going to deal with the apps I already deal with, which is Instagram and Facebook.
I need you to explain.
Even though they suck ass.
I need you to explain this. So he put what we're going to talk about up on the screen that's behind the camera. And he just typed, FB exposing fresh cheeks. What the fuck is that?
Okay.
I've been looking at this the whole time. Like, what is he talking about?
This is the stuff we supposed to talk about. Joy Taylor, the married couple, fires and celebrities asking for donations. We ain't gonna make it to that.
Yeah.
Facebook exposing fresh cheeks and TikTok ban. Facebook exposing fresh cheeks is about Mark Zuckerberg, who went on the Joe Rogan podcast and basically trying to position himself the same way Elon Musk has positioned himself by overturning getting rid of DEI at Facebook, by taking away all of the metrics that they were using to like ban people for problematic speech. He freeing that speech up. And this is clearly 100% because of the pressure that Trump put on him. Because in Trump's latest interview, Unhinged.
Is that the one where he was going to change the Gulf of
Yes,
America?
Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. All of that stuff. We going to invade Norway, apparently. Canada going to become a state. I mean, come on, bro. But in that conversation, somebody asked him if he think Mark Zuckerberg shifted and changed his direction because of the pressure that he was putting on him. And Trump said probably yeah. And so, bro, that is such a weak move to be a billionaire and to be sitting here auditioning to be somebody's lapdog. And so that's why I put he's exposing fresh cheeks. Mark Zuckerberg pretty much got butt naked and said, Trump, have your way with me.
Okay. I was so confused.
That's what that is.
I was like, did they increase the porn on it? Or what's going on?
No.
I'm so confused.
Facebook is supposed. I typed it so you didn't know what the hell was going on.
You're right. You are fucking right. Because I've been looking at this entire hour like, what is he talking? I don't trying to think back through news stories. Like, I have not seen anything close to this. What is he talking about?
Well, Facebook is gonna stop banning stuff, but I think they're gonna probably start shadow banning.
They're gonna be like what? So Elon did that with X, Twitter, whatever. I'm not on there.
It's just not
anymore.
gonna be as direct.
But
Like
niggas started
Mark,
talking shit about him. Like
well, Mark
just
Zuckerberg,
tweeted up
Mark
the people talking
Zuckerberg
about
ain't
him.
gonna be like as involved in talking shit about politics and trying to
As
influence stuff
Elon,
as
yeah.
Elon Musk. But he's going to allow people who do that to be on the app doing it. And
What an unfortunate last name. He looked like he musty. So like that's just a terrible last
Elon
name.
Musk.
He just looked
Probably
musty.
is.
He looks musty to me.
He probably is.
You know how somebody just look like they just stink? He just does. I don't know
He
how to
probably
explain
don't.
it.
He probably don't stink in a traditional sense.
Nah, I
He
think he
probably
does.
wear a terrible fucking fragrance. He probably wear some nasty smelling ass shit because it costs
$1 million.
$6,000
Yeah.
a bottle, or for half an ounce. And he got it from some. This comes from the underground in Africa.
Still
They have to
smell like
dig in the
ass.
ground.
It still smells
this
like
is-
ass, Elon.
yeah.
I'm sorry. I get it. It's expensive. Whatever. Above me. However, it stinks. It smells bad.
Yeah, but that's what that was.
Okay, I had to ask because I've been trying to figure it out on my own, and I
Yeah,
was just
you
never
were
gonna
never
get
gonna
there.
figure it
I was
out.
never gonna get there.
That was the intention.
You did a good job, sir. Well played.
But I mean, that's what we got. You got anything else on your mind?
I do not.
All right. Well, until we come to the next conversation.
We out.
Holla.